What's up, YouTube? Got a product review for you today. So, just a disclaimer, I did not receive this for free or any of these products for free. I purchased them using my own money, and these are my opinions and experiences using these products. Okay? Hand primers. If you're not familiar what they are for seating the primer in the bottom of the brass. Now, every piece of brass needs that initial ignition that fires and ignites the powder. That's the primer, okay? These are some that have been passed down through generations. They are very simple tools. You put your shell holder on the top. You put a single primer inside of that hole. You put your brass on, squeeze, and your primer seated. And you do it one at a time. Not the most convenient tool, but because they're part of history and because they've been passed down, I do keep them well maintained and properly stored. Now there's other ones like this, Lyman, right? And this has a couple of added benefits. It allows you to pop multiple inside of the tray, and it has ribs. These little ridges. Those ridges allow you to shake and it will orient the primers the correct way. That way they're all facing the correct direction, okay? This one in particular uses two different trays, one for small, one for large. So it makes switching between the small primer and a large primer very, very simple. Another thing that I really like about this, that I don't like about some of the others, is the tray is locked into place. So you put your tray in, push it all the way down, put your shell holder on there, right here, and then this uses a small ball detent in the bottom, and it snaps into place. So it's got very positive engagement. You don't have to worry about this tray falling off, right? And switching primers from small to large, very simple. Another thing that I really like about this priming system is that it's spring loaded. Most of them are nowadays, but I figured I'd just point out that it is in fact spring loaded. The downsides to this are you need shell holders for every single cartridge that you want to load. Now, shell holders are cross-compatible with multiple different, cartridges. Like your 30-06, it works with your 270. Your 30-06 will also work with your 308, your 243, your 6.5 Creedmoor, so on and so forth. So one shell holder covers a lot of pieces of brass. But if your shell holders, if you did not get shell holders with your die set and you're reloading on something like a progressive press, then using one of these, you'll have to go out and buy separate shell holders. These also have separate shell holders and they're screwed on in the top. So I have all the shell holders that, all the ones that were deemed necessary for these. But the next product is going to be my favorite. This Frankford Arsenal. Okay? This thing is way, way superior to the other ones that I've shown you. For the price you spend on this, give or take, they run between 50 and 100 bucks. So I do have it linked in the description box. And remember, if you purchase using my link, it does help support this channel. We do receive a benefit from it. So definitely consider, if you're in the market for one, using that link. Now, the thing that I like about this is it has a single tray. The single tray works for both small and large rifle primers and or pistol primers. So very, very convenient having just one tray. I also like that it has this really nice box that keeps everything protected and organized. Switching primers from small to large is very easy on this little handheld primer. It's not quite as convenient or as easy as the Lyman that I showed you there, but it has this little slide here, okay? And all you have to do is slide that and pull out your shell holder, and that allows this to pop out. inside it's got the little priming arm as well as a spring. So if you wanted to switch, all you would do is grab the small one or large one, slide your spring onto it, put it inside there, drop that entire thing down inside. Oh, a little bit more difficult to do it on the camera. Okay, slide it down inside, pick the shell holder that you need for your particular cartridge, and it's ready to go. Okay, so that out of the way, like I said, it comes with so many shell holders that you'll use on common cartridges. Let's go ahead and pull out the compatibility. So here you can see just how many cartridges are covered with those shell holders that are included. Now another thing that I really like about this one is it has this little wheel. Let's see if there we go. This little wheel here. Little wheel there. And it allows you to adjust the seating depth. Some primer pockets are slightly shallower than others. And so what happens sometimes, I mean, you may have experienced it. If you're new to reloading, you may not have experienced it. Always wear safety glasses when you are priming, whether on the press, hand priming, anytime that you're priming, you should be wearing your safety glasses, right? Okay, that out of the way. If you've ever squeezed a primer and it just felt like it bottomed out really quickly, squeezed a little bit more and it popped, well, sometimes it can have a chain reaction and one primer can ignite the other primers. It's not fun. It's not fun at all. Trust me, I know. This prevents that. So this allows you to get consistent results. Now, another thing about brass that's manufactured by different companies, everybody has their own specs. Having something that allows you to adjust to those different tolerances, super convenient. Now, I also have a bunch of others that I didn't pull out for this video. I have an RCBS Universal, which it's universal because it doesn't use shell holders, so the brass just pops in and whatnot. I'm not a big fan of it. Always seems like the stupid thing jams on me. Primers don't feed right. Primers somehow flip themselves the wrong way inside of the tray. The tray is very loose fitting and always wants to fall off and knock freaking brand new expensive primers all over the floor, which pisses me off. Anyways, I also have a couple different ones from Hornady. Now, I have really old ones and more modern ones. I just don't like them at all. Those are my go-tos. So if for whatever reason I just need to do one or two, I'll grab something like this. If I'm going to be doing a large amount of brass and priming off the press, then I'll go with something like this or with the Frankford Arsenal. But ever since I've gotten the Frankford Arsenal, it has been my absolute go-to for hand priming. Now, you may be wondering, why would I want to hand prime when I have all these wonderful presses sitting around? You know, I can prime on this press, a single primer in here at a time, raise the ram up, put the primer in, and pull the ram down and prime, right? A single round. Well, sometimes I like to just sit there and prime a bunch of brass and then store the brass for later use. Knock those things all around. So like this is 458 SOCOM, and it's fully primed and ready to load. Now when I come out here and I decide that I want to load some SOCOM, I've got primed brass ready to go. I may be just wanting to sit there and watch my favorite show and hand prime while I'm watching TV or listening to a podcast. There's a variety of reasons why I would want to use a hand primer, and it is what it is. If you're not familiar with it, or if you're looking into it, definitely consider the Frankford Arsenal. It is by far superior, in my opinion, than all the others out there. Let me know what you think in the description or in the comment section below, And thanks for watching. Definitely hit that like button. It helps drive the channel. It helps get our videos in front of more viewers like us interested in these things. So thank you again to everybody that watched, and I'll see you next time.